I was given this toolbox, tackle box. It's great. And it's been my bomb box for a long time. It's been my bomb box for, I would say the better half of 4 years. And when I first moved to Toronto, I bought a whole bunch of these 632s and all the things that go with it. Had some wood screws, and then had some rack screws and concrete anchors, and the bottom most of the way through. And then this is Wardbeck consoles that I've taken apart and things that I've stripped out. And I've got a couple of these. I probably have 10 equivalents of this type of box. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the hardware they have. So this was, if you have extrusion and you want to mount it to a panel, the extrusion goes into there, mounts to the panel. In that extrusion, there were these little floating nut jobbies. And I can't remember how big they are, but it's like a 1/4 inch. And they had to make all of these one at a time. Let's see if I can get there. And what it is, it's a little flat washer that has a little puncture. And that puncture is elongated. So, focus. So that elongated puncture then gives you more threads. And then it also is kind of cup shaped. I don't know if you can see if it's cup shaped. And then I think it's vibratory, polished. But those little things that's what held all the modules in place. And then they were made out of steel at one point. So some of those are, they're rusted. I think I have the tooling to make those. But the thing about it is, you have to get the steel in that length to maximize the space, like the length of it. So you have to get the steel cut to a strip that's, very, very close to this size, or else you just waste a ton of materials. And it's also it's a 3-step process. This is another thing to change the direction of a piece of extrusion. So if you have a piece of extrusion going one way and then one needing to go the other way, that's kind of threaded there, so that mounts there. But a lot of stuff they did, here's a cool one. This is cool. So this is to hold an LED. So the LED would go through there underneath, like one of the leads would go around it, and then they would screw it in. All custom made. Let's take a look. A lot of stainless stuff, right? So if I put a magnet here, only the magnetic stuff would go, but the stainless stuff would stay put. A lot of just standard, but they, again, like when I say stainless, this has been in consoles and it's not going to rust. This is for a fader. So this is really long and I can cut these down. I have a guillotine, and that, just makes a nice flat head. Where's a module screw? They're kind of sorted by size a little bit. That's a module screw. So that module screw, that's called a button cap head. And that button cap head, like the drive shaft on it, like the star pattern is the size of the button cap. So it's like a weird proportion to hold down a module. Anyway, when you need one, they're impossible to find. So I've been sorting and sorting and sorting and sorting and sorting and sorting as I go. And up there, I think there's another 2 or 3 consoles worth of screws and stuff. Oh, it's just it's like fishing a little bit. So I got a lot to do.